Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am Jiya and I will be teaching you Python. Python is an object-oriented programming language. It is used in programming AI, robots, apps, and websites. Let's start our lesson. So first, let's download Python. So to download Python, you just type Python download and then the first website or the website python.org, you click on it. It is the official Python website, so it is better to download it from there only. So this is the latest version of Python, but I have already got it, so I'm not gonna download it. But once you download it, it asks you for a few permissions which you have to allow, and then it gets downloaded. So what comes once you download Python? So once you download Python, you have to search Python and you will get 5 apps. So the 3 of them are the manuals and things, and 2 of them are the consoles. So you should only use this one console, either Python. But if you use this one, it's fine, but it's just the thing that you cannot save your work. So we'll be working in the either one. So once you open it, one console kind of thing comes. It is called the responder window. And on the responder window, then you have to click files and open a new file, which I have already done. Let's save this as our console, and it is saved. Now let's start with our coding. So these are the things we will be learning: basic data types, variables, basic inputs and outputs, and basic operations. I've already told you about the basics of Python software, like how to download it and things. So now let's get on with variables. Variables are containers that contain all the data in a program. They can be modified, but there are few rules that you have to follow. First of all, don't use caps lock unless it is a constant value, something that would never change. And then in Python, there are a few reserved words which you cannot use. So like these words include like all the words that have been inbuilt into Python. So if you use those, then it is a bit of a problem. And then you can never start variables with a number, and you cannot use any spaces. And it is always a good idea that your name makes sense. Like this name doesn't make any sense. So if a fellow coder would be seeing your code or a debugger, then he would not understand why is that variable and what's its use. So these are a few variables that I have made. So variables, unlike C++ and Java, don't use any keywords. Like you don't have to write a var or anything to tell Python that it is a variable. You just type the name. So these are variables. Then there are 4 data types. So data types are the types of data that can be stored in a variable. So there are actually a dozen or more data types, but we will be focusing right now on four basic data types. So strings are any words, numbers, or sentences in between inverted commas or single quotations. You can use double quotations also, but it is always a good idea to use single quotations as they are easier and faster, and sometimes an error occurs if you use double quotations, even though it is unlikely, but it is considered a better way to use single quotations. Now one key thing is that never use quotations that don't match. Like if you would do this in an actual code, it would not work because these two are not equal. You have to use similar quotations or similar inverted commas. Integers. Now integers are any whole numbers. So they can be any whole numbers. Floats. So floats are any numbers with decimals, and booleans. Booleans are true or false statements. Now one key thing that you should know is that Python is case sensitive. So if you would write true or any other basic Python commands in some other capitalization rather than how Python has defined it, then it would throw an error and your code would not work. So true always has to be written with a capital T and F for false, and type is always written with lowercase t. And one more key thing is that you have to always use the parentheses in any command that has the parentheses. So these are the four types that I have made: string, my name; integer, my age; and float is a random number; and boolean is true. Now type is a command that can be used to identify the type of a variable. But if right now we put this in our console, then it would show nothing when we would run it because there is no output statement. So it will not output anything. And now the next thing is how to output the things. So print is used to output the items or commands. Print can be used on anything. You can use it on a variable, or you can use it with type and other commands that we will learn in our further lessons. So if we would copy and paste this under our disk and we run it, then we get our output. So print is the most basic output statement and it is the most commonly used one. Now our basic input statement. So an input is anything that the user types into the console. So like if I want to input name, so I have to define a variable that will store whatever the user would say, and then I would output it. So let's run it. So like if I type my name, Jiya. Now one key thing is that all inputs are by default strings, like we can see. So then next we will be learning the basic operations. So the basic operations are any things that you use in your calculator. Add, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Now this is a new thing that you would have never known if you don't do Python. So we will come to this afterwards. Parse and flow division. Now flow division is normal division but it rounds off the answer. So you get a whole number in place of decimals, which you would get if you do normal division. Now modulus is a special operation which finds out the division's remainder in place of quotient. So let's see by doing these and adding them to our console. And now if we run it, so we get our addition as 6, subtraction as -2, multiplication as 8, division as 0.5, modulus as 2, and par as 16, and remainder and flow division 0. So for a practice task that you can do to practice whatever we have learned today are make 3 variables with any information, but for example you can do your name, age and height, print their type, and then you can ask the user for the same information, print these, and you can use the responder window as a calculator. So this is the responder window, or where your outputs come, and you can use this as a calculator. If I multiply 5 into 6, it gives me the answer 1 plus 8 minus 9. So it gives the answer. So that is the end of our lesson for today. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon so that you get a notification when my second lesson will come. I will see you in our next lesson. Till then, keep practicing and bye.